Sunday evening, Glock hit 6. DC Wolf grabbed the mic, spit them Auburn tricks. War Eagle chant echo through the mix. On that YouTube channel, Valve Sports, get your fix. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Auburn Addicts, every move, every play. DC Wolf got the news, best believe what he say. Sunday evening 6, catch the live display. War Eagle in the house, show him the way. Recaps and stats, breakdown so neat. From the fans in the stands to the players in cleats. Orange and blue, we never face defeat. Sunday night swag can't be beat. DC Wolf, he's the GOAT, no debate. All the big plays, and on tape. From Tumor's Corner to Jordan Carrier Gate, Auburn reigns supreme, checkmate. Got the interviews, got the insider's view. When it's Sunday at 6, Wolf's gon' come through. For the fans and the fam, it's a Bama coup. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew.
What's up, everybody, and welcome in to Auburn Addicts-TV. Welcome in to Have You Heard. Welcome in to Auburn News Today. I got my man today, Bubba. That's right. You guessed it, from Bubba and the old man, Auburn Sports Talk, and we are ready to go. Bubba, what's up, man? Talk to me. How you doing today?
What's going on? I just want to know who made that song.
That would be the Auburn Addicts crew. You know what I'm saying? The Auburn Addicts crew, man, made that song. Bubba, what's up?
That's impressive.
Man, appreciate that, Bubba. I have to tell the Auburn Addicts people, you know what I'm saying, that you like it, man. If it's Bubba approved, then it is approved, Bubba. What's up, man? Talk to me.
Man, I'm excited to talk some offensive line today.
Okay, let's do this, man. Got my man Get Musty in the house. Got my man Auburn Dad for Life in the house. He says, what's up, Bubba, man? Yeah, that's right. Let's go. What's up, DC? Yes. How you doing? He says, heck yeah, Cam Coleman has been disrespected. This is extra motivation to have a breakout. Yeah, I agree. We're going to get to that, man. We're going to talk about if Cam Coleman was disrespected on the new game, man. New game cover. We're going to get to that. My man, Get Musty in the house, and me and, Bubba about to do, what Get Musty do. We about to get musty. That means we about to get to work. And Asia is in the house, better known as Slasia, better known as another person that comments on Auburn Live and all the time, and she's a guest, and she is on the Auburn staff, Auburn Addicts staff, man, all that, man. Asia was on the Auburn staff when she was a student recruiter, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, man, let's get to it, man. No more delaying. Let's get right to it, Bubba. Welcome to Auburn News Today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to recruiting. Bubba, this is the show map. We're going to talk recruiting. We're going to talk to Todd Pettiford. We're going to talk Cam Coleman. We're going to talk O-lineman, and then we're going to let Bubba rate the O-lineman for the new EA Sports football game for 2026. All right, Bubba. Recruiting. Football in the portal. We are, of course, number 8 because that's closed. We haven't added anybody else. High school recruiting, we are number 33. Basketball, we are now number 9 in the portal, and we'll show you why later on. Basketball from high school recruiting, we are number 16 because Bruce Pearl, he kind of leans more towards portal recruiting. Bubba, what you got on that? Are you concerned about the 33? And I know this, we are in the moment. We are not panicking. But it seems like we don't have the momentum we usually have in recruiting. What's your take on recruiting now for football season, basketball, any kind of recruiting? What's your take, Bubba? Bubba, talk to me.
All right. Well, as far as basketball, I'm just going to trust Bruce, and he really got it done in the portal, completely flipping that roster. In terms of football, when you win 11 games in 2 years, it's hard to keep up the momentum.
Okay.
That we had the first couple cycles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really worried about it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like wake me up in October, and if we're still outside the top 20, then it's a concern because that means we didn't perform well on the field. But this is the repercussions of not producing your first 2 years.
Mm-hmm. I got you. So you think the 33 is more so from on the field performance versus like NIL stuff and things of that nature. You're just kind of more saying it's the results on the field while it's slowing down.
Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about it.
Okay, yeah. At this moment, I'm not really concerned about it in the present time, but Bob, I got to give the people the updates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Weekly, I'm gonna give it weekly. No, we're not concerned about it, too overly concerned about it, but I can say it is a difference in what we usually have as far as momentum and then the optics. It usually look like we have this momentum going and we're building towards something with our recruiting classes. Now it's kind of seems like it's been kind of stagnant for a while, but I trust you, Freeze, Bubba. Trust you, Freeze. Let's get to some of the comments on this. And my girl Slay just said it is a Bubba show. That's right. Bubba is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Auburn Dad speaking to Asia. What's up, C Hall? How you doing, man? Glad to have you in. War Eagle fam. Yes, sir. Rooster Mac is in the joint. Bubba, Rooster Mac is in the house. Huggy Beard is in the house, man. Tell little Huggy we said, what's up? CJ DeJour is in the house. Hello, CJ DeJour. We got Bubba on the show today. We got some Bubba commentary. We got the Bubba breakdown. More Bubba is better.
Okay.
And while I'm saying this, man, y'all check out Bubba channel, man. Bubba and Old Man Auburn Sports Talk, man. He did a breakdown on offensive linemen. So you're going to want to check that out. And he did a breakdown on quarterbacks, man. So y'all check out Bubba channel, man. Go subscribe, like, man. Hugh, Auburn Dad for Life said if Hugh goes 4-1 in first 5 recruiting, it'll take care of itself. I get 4-1, I guess, in the first 5 games, recruiting will take care of itself. So I agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
4-1.
4-1. Yeah. If he goes 4-1 in the first 5, recruiting will take care of itself. Gotcha. And we know how spell check gets you because act standing tight. Tim the 2-man Taylor. What's going on, Tim 2-man Taylor? Your AD Agency CJ, what's good? He's speaking to everybody. Okay, got a lot of people speaking to everybody. All right. Travail Fitzpatrick, the king of the comments, is in the house. What's up, Travail? How you doing, man?
We got to put that on a t-shirt. Faith and Freeze.
Yeah, we're working on it. We are working on it, man. Faith and Freeze. So everybody look out. We're working on Faith and Freeze t-shirts, man. Working on it. Our resident historian also, man. You want to know something about Auburn football, man? Ask Travail, man. And Tim is speaking. All right, man. Let's get back to the map. Let's stay on course. Let's talk basketball, man. Todd Pettiford is back, man. 11 points a game, 3 assists. Bubba, what you got on it? Talk to me.
Yeah, he's the only returning scholarship player, I believe, from last year's roster. And like the War Report was talking about, he's going to have to be a leader for this roster because everybody else is new. I know we got the Keyshawn kid from UCF.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to help a lot. But he's going to have to be a real facilitator because we don't have much guard depth on this team. He is going to be the true point guard for this roster. He's going to have to evolve and become more of a table setter than a microwave scoring option off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he takes that step in his development. He was killing it at the combine. I thought he was gone for sure. I thought he was going to get lottery pick type buzz going in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anytime you can get a top 20 prospect in the draft to come back to your school for a second year, it's a big deal. Really, really big deal. Now we need some big man depth.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I agree with that, man. He has to be the leader of the team. That's amazing that he started as a freshman last year, and now he's the leader of the team and the old man as far as Auburn basketball is concerned. It's crazy, man. And for context, he has 42% from the floor and 36% from 3-point, man. So, man, glad to have Tahad back, man. They're rounding out the roster with Philip Jokic. Did I say it right? Jovic. Did I say it right? We just said this. Jovic. That's right. Jovic, man. He's averaging 12 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, man, in EuroLeague. Same team that produced what is my man in the NBA?
Nikola.
Say it again now.
I think it's Nikola Jokic. I think he played there.
Denver Nuggets. Yes. So, we got him, man, and I'm gonna try to put up some film on him next week, man. Dude is dynamic, man. He will take the ball and hammer dunk it like Dominique Wilkins, man. Believe that. So I like this guy. Have you seen any film on him, Bubba?
I saw very, very little bit. He's a good screener. I was really impressed with him as a screener, and he has good hands in the paint. It's weird that he only gets 4 boards a game, though, because he's kind of a 3/4, more of a 4 because he doesn't have great hips. But you know, I think he'll be able to produce at least something.
I think he does, man. I mean, what I saw is he takes the ball to the rack, very strong, man. I didn't see much of a mid-range game from the films I watched, but he can shoot the 3. And man, I'm telling you, when he gets around the rim, he scores. He's about 60-some% from the floor. So man, looking forward to him. I think, and I'm gonna say this, I think he's gonna be a crowd favorite, Auburn favorite, man. I think he's gonna be that guy, man. I think he's dynamic when on the fast break. He's dynamic when around the rim, bro. And like I said, he's a human highlight film when it comes to taking that ball to the rack, man. He's not taking that ball to the rack to lay it up. Believe that. He is not taking it to lay it up. He is taking that thing to hammer dunk it.
Yeah, love to see that.
I'm serious, man. Watch. I'm gonna see if I can put something together and do it next week. Some shots with this guy, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's keep it moving. My question. Let me see what comments saying before we get to my Cam getting disrespected, man, like that, man. Trying to catch up comments, so just be patient with me. Yeah. He said, "Oh boy, Jovic for a clean bowl cut." He said, "Got a clean bowl cut." He said, Auburn Addicts for Life says, "I pray they mesh real quick. The season will sneak up on you fast." Yes.
They're gonna have to get instant chemistry. They do not have much time to work.
I agree, man. I agree. The basketball team doesn't have a lot of time to work, and they got a lot of new pieces. But man, some people are saying that this might be Bruce's best team, I guess, talent-wise. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's close. You know, last year was a team that we comprised of a bunch of older transfers, like Chaney, obviously Janai, Denver. It was a bunch of old heads, so they kind of came together, and they won with experience. They didn't win with true talent. This team is more talented, but a lot less experience.
Okay. He says maybe take over cinnamon roll, the center roll, or Dylan's Semo roll or Dylan's. Yeah.
What role did Semo have?
Huh? Chris Moore.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't have too much of a role, especially by the end of the year.
Yeah. I see him as a 4, man. So I don't see him as a 5 necessarily. You know, Dylan played 5, man. So, C. Hall said it's the type of defense they play in the league. Are you saying the reason he's not having mid-range jumpers is what you're saying? Maybe clarify that, C. Hall. He says F. Ryan Williams, that unworthy traitor. LOL. Okay.
Jesus.
Auburn Dad for Life is not playing today. He's not playing today with Ryan Williams, man. But college football 26, man. They had my man from Ohio State on the cover. Freshman phenom. They had Ryan Williams on the cover, freshman phenom, and they forgot about one other freshman phenom is Cam Coleman. Man, they left my man off the cover. What do you think about that, Bubba? Is it disrespect? Am I overreacting?
See, it's weird because I don't think they should have had any sophomores on any of the covers.
Okay.
I felt like they should have either promoted. I thought a great idea would have been just getting all the old cover athletes from the old game. But they also could have just went guys who were projected to go high in this next draft, like the Sellers kid and Nussmeier kid and all that. I don't really understand why it went the way that they were putting Bryce Underwood, a true freshman, on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a weird conglomeration to me.
Okay. So
And I
so
felt like,
go ahead.
and I felt like if you were going to get Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith, Cam Coleman is the third guy in that top 3 for the 2026 or 27 NFL draft. So if you wanted to get the freshman receivers, they were the consensus top 3 in their class individually. It would have only made sense to get them all 3 together for the cover.
Yeah,
so that's
that was
why
my
it confused
thing.
me.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah. That was my whole thing last week, man. Well, before the cover came out, that's what I was saying, man. Those 3 should be on the cover. But when they left my man Cam out, man, I was highly upset. So I had to make my own cover.
It's impressive. I like the
work. Jonathan Taylor says disrespectful. There was absolutely 3 big freshman receivers. Only using 2 is criminal. I agree, man. I agree.
I think it's a brand thing, probably.
You said it's a brand thing, Bubba?
Yeah, I think it's a brand thing. Bama and Ohio State. Auburn, we're the cow college. So.
Hey, man, that's what Kurt Herbstreit said, man, in the playoffs last year. He was talking about, we don't need, as far as viewership, man, we're not thirsting for, like, viewership from schools like Auburn, and, like, we're not going to bring much to the table. Like, Tennessee's and, well, he said Clemson's, you know what I'm saying, schools like that, man. So, yeah, it might be a brand thing, maybe. And then it could be Auburn's record, maybe. Maybe he's not on the map because of Auburn's winning record on the field, maybe. But
that's fair.
Yeah, but he did, I think it's disrespectful to get lead the man out. What's up, Kevin M? How you doing? Kevin is a Atlanta Braves fan, maybe. How you doing, Kevin? Nothing about Auburn football was deserved respectful lately until we earn it. Stop acting like we own it. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. That's what. Yeah, it's funny he said that, and I just said that. But I don't equate Cam Coleman's work at wide receiver with Auburn football, because he's, to me, as far as his ability, you can look at it on the field. Even when they're losing, his ability transcends what's going on the field, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So I like the mentality he, as far as Auburn as a whole.
Say it again, Bubba. You kind of went out. Start again. You kind of went out.
Ryan Williams, Jared, it didn't really have much to do as far as Auburn.
Say it once again. You kind of went out, Bubba.
My internet keep cutting out.
Yeah, it just, you kind of went out a little bit then. Go ahead. Say you clear now. Oh, looks like Bubba is gone. Hold on. Bubba left the show. So DC, you stuck with DC for a minute here, ladies and gentlemen, till we try to get Bubba back on. And I'm gonna go back to the comments. And Bubba is back on. So hold on. Bubba, you there?
Yeah, man, my bad. I got potato internet.
It's all right, man. That's all right, man. That's all right. All right, man. Back to Cam Coleman talk. Let me get some these comments right quick. Jonathan Taylor says he thinks none of them should have been on the cover. And we'll get back to your comments just with what you're just talking about, Bo. Okay. Auburn Dad for Life says, I've been everyone even kill with Bama thing lately, but after Iron Bowl show Nick on this year's game, those arrogant Bamas outside of tight, Bama hatred coming out. Okay. CJ, yeah, Cal College, I bet they appreciate walking in the grocery stores and finding food to eat. Absolutely.
That's fair.
Yeah. Felix the Cat, what's going on, Felix? Alabama didn't break any records last year either. I agree, Felix. What's up, Hog Bone? How you doing, man? Bubba in the house just chilling. There are way too many reasons why we need to win 9-10 games next year. Got to get back in it. Yeah, man, I'm tired of Auburn being a doorstep, you know what I'm saying, for the SEC teams, man. This is getting tiring. Jared Abbott, what's going on, man? And you know what he says every time he comes in, Buck Bama. Yes, Hog Bone. All right. Go ahead. Bubba, what you're saying, man? Sorry. Before you cut out.
I have no idea. Elon not giving me my Wi-Fi.
Oh man, we were talking about we're talking about Cam Coleman, man. You think you get it. You'll get it. All right, let's move forward to let's talk about offense. Bubba, offensive line more specifically, man. I want to get into this. We got these offensive linemen in, and we just had two come in for summer session. So on the roster, man, so we can catch you up on who's on the team and who's left and who's coming in. All right, man. So who's on our roster now? Broderick Scholl, freshman, offensive lineman, very talented. Xavier Chapman, he is the transfer for Virginia Tech from Virginia Tech. Mason Murphy, transfer from USC. Xavier Too-Tall Miller, he's been on the team since last year before. And Ty Buster, he's a freshman. Self Wilford, Favor Edwin, Dylan Wade. Is Dylan Center still on the team?
As far as I know, I honestly have not heard anything about him.
Okay. And Tyler Johnson, DeAndre Carter, Connor Liu, Clay Wheaton, Jeremiah Wright, and coming in for the summer is Kale Ellis and Jacoby Ward. What you got on those guys, Bubba?
Well, it's the deepest offensive line room we've had in a long time. I feel like we go too deep, roughly at any position along the offensive line of guys I feel confident can play and even start games.
Okay.
For you at each position.
Okay.
And that's what you have to do to compete with the elite is have depth along the offensive line because those guys are going to get hurt. They're going to get banged up. You're probably going to have to rotate at some point. So having too deep at each position, losing Braden Joyner did hurt for sure because he could have started games for you at any of the three interior spots. But, you know, I'm confident in Ty Buster. I think he could play day one. DeAndre Carter, obviously, another year in the system. We have Tate Johnson who can play center. So I feel like we go 2-3 deep at every position along the offensive line.
Okay. Okay. And man, what's crazy about this, man, is some people have Auburn offensive line ranked, you know, in the top 5 in the SEC, man, going into next year, which was kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we had a top 5 position group in the offensive line in any category.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, I see Cole Kubel has them rated, I think, the 3rd best offensive line in the SEC. And he broke that down. And Nick, you and Cole Kubel got to fight because Nick, he says he has Georgia rated as the #1 offensive line, which so I'll be watching that the offensive line to see where they rated at the end of the year to see who was right between Cole Kubel and Nick. You know what I'm saying? Because Nick was like, Georgia offensive line gonna be trash, and Cole Kubel say they will be the #1 in the SEC. So we'll see that battle. Huggy says, all right, y'all. Huggy been in and out the loop up to this point. I came back to Beham and Holland at my partner, about to drive home. All right, man. And Auburn Dad for Life says, safe trip. Huggy, yo, Bubba.
Yo.
CJ says, be safe, Huggy, and everybody's wishes Huggy safe travels. All right, man. So what we're gonna do is go through all the offensive line starters, and I think me and Bubba have the same offensive line starters. Again, go check out that video Bubba posted about the offensive line and who he projects as the starters. So do we both say Xavier Chaplin, we both say Dylan Wade, Connor Liu, Jeremiah Wright, and Mason Murphy? Do we agree on that, Bubba?
100% agree.
Okay, and then I think we do agree on this. I've heard no one say this, Bubba, but I think we both agree on this one thing, that we would rather have Dylan Wade start at right tackle.
100%.
Golly, yeah. we're on it. So okay, now we're gonna go through and do some number stuff. We're gonna kind of nerd out on this offensive line a little bit, guys. So here's what I have, Bubba, and this is context. Going through the offensive line, man, we're gonna go PFF numbers, Pro Football Focus numbers, how these guys translate to the NFL, and how these guys translate as far as their number to NFL's players. Also, then we're gonna go back and we're gonna rate the guys, or we can do it at the same time. We're gonna rate the guys as far as the new EA Sports football game come out. We rate the players and we give the projected ratings that we think are gonna be on the game. So for context, everybody, as far as the offensive line is concerned, for context, Will Campbell was the first overall lineman taken in this year's draft, right? So Bubba, he had a PFF rating run, he had 80.6, and a passer rating, he had 69.7.
Nice.
Right. So from what I understand, and I don't look in, you can't, the PFF grades, you have to rate them like, if you get to a 90 in the PF for blocking or passing, you are like superhuman,
like Orlando Pace level.
Yeah, you're like you're Hall of Famer level from the get-go. Like if you get in the 90s, bro, you are like for now 80. When you start talking about 80, you're NFL caliber from what I understand as far as PFF rating. So that's why I gave context, because people will look at it and be like, and start looking at our linemen and be like, bro, our linemen are trash. But PFF grades, the scale is harder to get in the 90s, man. It's, you know, for a lineman, it's very, I would want to look back to see who rated as a 90, and you know what I'm saying. But so that gives you context. The number overall tackle in the league last year from LSU, Will Campbell 80 and a 69% passer rating. All right, Tyler Booker from Alabama, he was the first guard taken. He had an 87.1 rating for run, and he had a 65.4 rating for pass. So his numbers look better for run, and you know what I'm saying, and not as good for pass. But just remember this: as you go out, a passer rating is going to be harder to accomplish an 80 versus being the closer you get into the center. So
yeah, I've learned with CFF, if you want typically good pass protecting on by PFF scale for college,
okay,
with how bad pass protection has been in college, like 63 and above is acceptable typically.
Right. So yeah, so when you get a 69% passer rating for PFF, man, you're doing pretty good. So, and Tate Rutledge, for context, I was like, okay, let's go get a second rounder. So I went to like the middle of the second round and got Tate Rutledge from Georgia. He second round guard taken. He had an 82.3 in the run and a 70.2 passing, which is pretty good, man. That's pretty good. So I did that for context, so you can see what guys in the first and second round got as far as PFF grades, so you can get in context with what our players actually got. So first off, man, Xavier Chapman, transfer from Virginia Tech, Bubba.
He's a monster.
He's
a monster.
Okay. So talk about Xavier. What you think about him, man?
Man, on tape, I don't know if I've ever. No human that large should be able to move like that. I don't think it's fair for humans just in general to be 6'7", 330, 340, and have feet like that. Yeah, he's an NFL tackle.
Yeah, I was watching some of his film, man. I watched his film against Miami, and man, whether it's running, run blocking or pass blocking, man, the guy is just what you said. He moves, dude. That's what impressed me. Is like in the run game, man, he's getting off the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's putting hands on somebody. So I was impressed with what I saw against Miami against this guy. So 72 and 70, which is pretty good, man. He had an 82 rating on the game last year, Bubba. What do you think his? He said disrespect. Bubba, what do you think his rating will be on the new game?
It should be a 90 because I think he's going to be a second or a third round tackle. I think he gets the bump for transferring to the SEC. I think he'll get up around 87.
Okay. Yeah, I think he'll be around 80, 86. Let me ask you this. What do you think his grades would have to increase to get him into the first round? Pass and run. What do you think his pass and then run grade will have to increase to?
Well, those numbers, if he has a great combine performance, like if he had broad jumps really big for tackles, 10-yard splits really big for tackles. So if he goes like 1.7, 10-yard split and has a really good broad jump and he measures in at about 6'6.5, 6'7, 320, and he gives up less than 5 pressures this year, he's a first rounder. No question.
Okay.
In the SEC.
Okay. Okay, so let me see if I can look up Xavier. Okay, Mr. Chaplin he gave up 2 sacks, 0 hits, and 11 hurries last season.
So less than 5 hurries. I think
less
we'll get him
less than 5 hurries. Okay.
Which won't be hard.
Yeah, it is, because Tyler Booker, he had he gave up 0 sacks, 2 hits, and 7 hurries.
Yeah. If you want to watch some fun offensive line tape, Tyler Booker's got some fun offensive line tape.
Yeah. Okay. So his run grade is good for first round. And so I would think if his pass grade got around like up to 79, with a 70 in the run game for a tackle, I think that may move him into the first round.
Yep.
Okay, so Auburn, you may be looking at a first round tackle, man, for the first time in a long time, man. So we'll see how that pans out. All right, let's go with my man Jeremiah Wright. Jeremiah Wright, this is shocking. This was a shocking stat for his PFF grade for me, Bubba. I thought it would be flip flop. Jeremiah had a 73 pass and a 60.8 in the run game.
That's shocking. That is shocking.
Very shocking. I thought it would be the other way around.
You sure they didn't just put it in wrong?
I'll go back and check. And if it's wrong, then we'll deal with it next week.
No, it ain't wrong. I saw it on Auburn
Live. Okay. All right. Well, so it is right. Okay. What do you think about that, man?
I think the grades are surprising. I know he had some issues in the run game last year, mainly because of his leverage, but PFF grades, it's usually based on assignment. So I didn't know he missed that many assignments last year in the run game. I thought he was fine in pass pro. I didn't think he was above 70 level. But they know more than I do. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. When I saw the run grade, because if you talk about Jeremiah Wright, everybody say he's a road grader, he's a glass eater, he's very aggressive, man. He does well in the run game, and it might not necessarily be so much of his attitude and how he blocks the run, more so, like you say, than specific assignments and specific plays, maybe. So Jeremiah gave up 2 sacks, 1 hit, and 5 hurries.
That's really good.
Yeah. So I think, okay, for him to be a draftable, what do you see him going in the draft?
I don't think he'll get drafted just because of his age. I think he's going into a 6th or 7th college season. But if he has a similar year to what he had last year, he'll get a camp spot the way Peyton did. He'll get a little bit of money.
Okay, now let's go with this with Jeremiah Wright, man. What will he have to improve? Where will his numbers have to be for him to be draftable?
He'd have to have like an All-American type season. I don't know exactly how old he is. His physicals, his physicals could be an absolute wreck, because I know he tore up his knee one time. So it would depend on his physical. If he comes back with a clean bill of health, if he's even draftable,
Yeah, I think, man, I would think he would have to jump in the run blocking. I think he would probably have to jump maybe 15 points.
Yeah.
If
He'd have to have
you know, huh?
He'd have to have a great year.
Yeah. If he jumped his run maybe up to like, just according to like, you know, draft status, I think if he jumped his run and get into the 70s, like the mid 70s with his run game and just up his pass game just a little bit, I think he can find himself in the draft.
Yeah, I think he could find his way in if they think he's ready made. Like if he has like a 73 in pass pro and then like a 78 in the run game, and they feel like, hey, we're going to get 4 years of guaranteed starter or backup offensive line play, he could get in.
Okay. CJ says she wishes basketball would add another center, and she would be happy. I heard they're done though. Yeah, I heard they're done. Wish they would too. Huggy say he's from Birmingham, man. 205, man. That's just my nickname. Good old ghetto boy accent sounds. That's right. About to be on the road again. Dang, man. Huggy is on the road. Shout out to everybody. And he said, and down goes Bubba. I guess he told your internet. Real kick a man while he's down. All right, man. Let's talk about Dylan Wade, man. This was shocking to me too, because I thought it would be the other way around. Dylan Wade, 62.4 pass and 70.7 run. What do you think about that, Bubba?
He took a step back for sure, but he also hadn't been working at left tackle up until they had to insert him. So I think he did okay for what it's worth. The pass pro grade, I thought it would be in around a 67, but in the run game, a 70. I guess he was in the right spots, but he was moving nobody in the run game last year.
Okay. Wow.
So
yeah, that is shocking, man. I thought his pass pro would be higher, but Dylan Wade had 3 sacks. He gave up 3 sacks, 2 hits, and 15 hurries.
Well, at least 13 of those hurries, Peyton probably held onto the ball for 7 seconds.
Oh, all right, man. All right, let's go. Too tall.
That's disrespectful. He played much better than that last year.
What you mean is disrespectful?
61 on
those. That's how he graded out as far as Pro Football Focus, man. That's how he graded out, man. 61. Oh man, go ahead, Bob.
He had rough moments in pass protection, but overall, man, he was like really solid. Like he was a better pass protector than Dylan Wade was last year.
Not according to PFL, man.
Yeah.
Man, hey man, PFL tell the real story, man.
I guess they do.
They tell the real story, man. 61 point. Go ahead.
The disrespect for my guy Too Tall. I won't stand for it.
No, okay. I can see the EA Sports rating, which is a 77 being okay. What do you think he'll be in EA Sports? The 77, the top number. What do you think his rating will be? And we'll go back to the other guys and get your,
I don't think it'll change. I think it'll still be a 77.
77. I think it might be jump to an 80, man.
I hope so.
Jump to an 80. Let's go back to Dylan Wade. He was 81 on the game last year. What do you think his rating will be for this year coming up?
I don't think he did anything to change. It'll probably be the same. 81, 82-ish.
Yeah, I think 82. And Jeremiah, he was a 79. What do you think?
I think he's got to get like an 80.
Yeah, I agree. Incrementally, I think an 80. All right, man. Mason Murphy.
Man, I'm gonna vomit.
Hey, man, I told you I was going to give you some numbers, Bubba. I told you I was giving you numbers, man.
That is not promising.
Yeah, 58.2 in pass protection.
That's like my report card.
And 60.4 run protection, man. What you got, Bubba? Talk to me.
Unfortunately for him, he was moved around a lot last year and asked to do some stuff.
Okay.
that I think he may not have been comfortable with. I think if he
Okay.
would have stuck at right tackle for the whole season,
Mm-hmm.
he could have got 65 in both, maybe.
Golly, man.
He had rough, like just like Too Tall, he had some really rough moments, and he wasn't as consistent as Too Tall was. Before Too Tall went down in the Cal game,
Yeah.
he was the only guy out there that seemed to care for Peyton Thorne's well-being out there.
I don't, man. Okay. We really, now these are the two we differ on. Well, the one person we differ on is Too Tall. I see how Pro Football Focus sees it. I see it the same way, man. If you look at Too Tall's numbers, and I'm not banging on Too Tall or nothing like that. I'm just reading numbers. Because I couldn't make a Division 4 team playing football. So if it is one, I you know what I'm saying, I couldn't make a high school team right now, bro. So, you know, I'm just giving numbers. For Too Tall, man, he gave up 4 sacks, 0 hits. He gave up 17 hurries.
17.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know if I remember that. But
I remember it. I remember it
because it was so painful to watch last year.
Yeah, I remember it, man. And going down, if you just look at it, man, it's Peyton Thorne was running for his life, dude. And I know sometimes he held on to the ball. A lot of things were his fault. You know what I'm saying? But
it was a mixed bag for sure.
It wasn't mixed. Yeah,
he was far from perfect. But I don't think 61. I think he was at least average, which would be about like 63 to 65. He was at least average.
Bubba trying to grade him on the curve. You tried to grade him by Bubba grades, bro. It's like his grades is what it is, man.
I mean, the numbers are the numbers.
So, this is what I mean. How many hurries we gave up? Like Jeremiah Wright gave up 5 hurries. Connor Lou gave up 8 hurries. And we'll get to that. Dylan Wade gave up 15 hurries. Xavier Miller gave up 17 hurries. Xavier Chapman was not on the team. He gave up 11. Mason Murphy gave up 13. And I just put Brandon Frazier in there. I don't have a graphic for him, but I put Brandon Frazier in there, man. His pack, because he's gonna be inline pass blocking. He was a 71.7, which I think
that sounds right. He's a good pass protector.
Absolutely, man. But he had a 54.1 run. He gave up 0 sacks, 0 hits, and 0 hurries.
Well, he played like 2.5 games.
2.5 games, yeah, about 3 games, yeah. All right. Lastly, but not leastly, man, this man he has first round grades, man.
This is baller. One of the best in the country.
Yeah. And I mean, this is his junior year, man. And I appreciate him coming back, because with those grades, he definitely could have went in the second round at least with those grades as a center. Just my opinion. He's right on the 80 mark. I can't imagine what his grade will be if he's like, say, in the mid 80s. All right, you know, if he up his run game to the 80s and his pass protection to the, you know, a few numbers up to 83, 84, man, this man could go in the first round. What you think?
It's really tough for a center to go in the first round, but I'm not gonna doubt Connor Lou, the future pilot. Actually, that's my dad worked with somebody that said the reason he came to Auburn was because of the aviation program.
Okay,
so it's clearly got a very large brain.
Okay,
to be able to play center and do all that stuff. So, yeah, I think the last center that went in the first round, like true center, was Tyler Linderbaum out of Iowa, and Connor Lou is in that era. He is an elite center prospect. At least second round. He'll be the first center off the board next year.
I agree with that. He got an 83 rating in 26 NCAA football game, Bubba. What do you give him this year?
I think he's going to be an All-American. So if it was Bubba's grade, I'd give him a 90. I think NCAA football 26 don't know ball. So I think they're going to give him like an 86.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree the same thing, man. He should be a 90. hands down, man. So I think that I'm gonna go 88, Bubba.
When's the last time we had an offensive lineman this level? Was it? It was probably Braden Smith, right?
Yeah, Braden Smith. Yep, absolutely, man. That definitely came in and translated into the draft. Yes. Let's talk some offensive line recruiting. You had a surefire recruit that you wanted. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna try to catch up the comments if I can find where I left off, Bubba. I forget where I left off sometimes. Let's see. Compete with the elite, put it on a shirt. Okay. We're gonna have a whole shirt line in a minute, Terrell. Had to come home to get a little something to blow in the wind. You heard me. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Shout out Robin Wood. Who was Robin Wood, man? Travail, Auburn Dad. He said Lou can only go up, but he is smart. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so too, man. This should be his year, man. I'm hoping for big things for this man. Hugh says, what is going on with Dylan Sender? Anybody heard if he is getting any better? Was he hurt or anything? Because I heard rumors that he wasn't on the team, and I heard rumors that he was on the team. So that's what I was asking Bubba, but neither one of us really know what he is. Felix the Cat says Connor will go in the first round, like top 25.
I hope that will help so much in recruiting. If Auburn shows they can put out an elite offensive lineman.
Yeah. And, man, think of how big it would be, Bubba, if him and X go in the first round.
Oh man. We start getting offensive linemen like Iowa gets offensive linemen.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. That would be dope. Let's talk about offensive line recruiting. We're gonna get out of here, Bubba. You had a guy you say Auburn needs to get. Talk to me about the offensive line recruit Auburn needs to get, bro.
Wilson Zaire, brother of Killian Zaire. He's a baller. He's a right tackle out of, I think it's pronounced Rabun Gap, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 3-star right now, but currently he has visits set up to Michigan, Auburn, which is where he was today. Okay. Georgia's actually making a push right now, and Alabama. I think by signing day he's going to be mid to high 4-star. He's a killer. I think he's a top 5 right tackle in the country this year. He's incredible.
So, and Auburn should have a good chance at him, man. His brother went to Auburn, man. You know what I'm saying? His brother went to Auburn and got to the league, man. So hopefully we can get him in, man, and add him to the young guys we got, man. So, we add him to Broderick Show, man, and to Kale, man, to the Buster Kid. We got some offensive line prospects, man. Anybody else?
As far as I know, there's hope out there for Emmanuel Iheanacho. I'm not sure we're really going to be able to get in on that one. That price tag is going to be something ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's the 5-star tackle Bubba's talking about, which he just put Auburn back in his tops, and he's going to visit Auburn. So, man, hopefully they can get him in. But, yeah, he's going to have a big, healthy price tag, Bubba. Right. Bubba, where can they find you to get more Bubba Breakdown?
You can find me on YouTube at Bubba and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk. The Old Man does show occasionally. Okay.
He'll show up occasionally. Bubba, you're not paying him correctly.
He should be paying me. That's getting commission.
You're not paying the Old Man correctly, Bubba. So you know what I'm saying? You need to up his salary, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll get back in there full time. Tell the Old Man I said what's up. How the old lady doing, man?
She's doing good. They're actually putting in a doggy door at their house right now.
Okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Old man putting in work. That's why he can't get on, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to do stuff for, you know what I'm saying, the old lady, man. So Huggy says he sure is cool to hear old Bubba. That's my dog. That's right, man. Bubba is that guy, man. Oh snap! End of the show. I made a pit stop at the right time. This guy right here, man. Yeah, I just ran out. Where can they find you, man? Talk about your show, man.
Just, I'm occasionally on Twitter, Bubba and the Old Man. I don't even know the for sure tag. Just put in Bubba and the Old Man in the search bar. You might find it. I'm not really active on there. Instagram, I don't even remember the password. So
Bubba, you are on. So you are on Instagram and you're on Twitter, but you don't remember the handle.
Nope.
All right. What about YouTube, Bubba? What about
Bubba
YouTube?
and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk.
Bubba and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna even ask you about Facebook or any of
My
that.
Facebook got hacked. They're promoting fat women exercises on there right now.
Seriously?
Seriously. If you can find it, go search it up. I don't remember the password. I can't get Zuck on the phone.
Okay, so Facebook has hacked your Bubba and the Old Man account, and they're doing plus size weight exercises on your channel now.
Yep.
Okay. Let's. What about TikTok?
Man, I ain't been on there since they got rid of it. I deleted it.
Huh? Bubba's been back a long time. It's been back a long time. It was only down like a day or two, Bubba. Man, I cannot, man. I can't, bro.
I'm just internet illiterate.
Man, hey. Yeah, man. This dude got my chest and everything. I cannot, man. This end of the show, man. Golly, man. Oh, Biggins McGee. You don't who's Biggins McGee?
I don't know. I guess it's the fat woman.
I don't know, man. Ask Charles Barkley, man. Well, Steven Allen, what's going on, man? War Eagle, man. Steven, man. Glad to have you here, man. Bubba was just giving his social media handles, bringing tears in my eyes, man. You can I forgot my name. I'm DC Wolf, man. You can find me at Auburn Addicts-TV on YouTube, at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms, man. Y'all like, man, hit the like button on your way out, man. Go see Bubba and the Old Man. Just try to find him the best way you can. Bubba and the Old Man Auburn Sports Talk, man. Ask a friend, just find him the best way you can. He is out there, man. Or you can find him in, somewhere over in Alabama chilling. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Lord have mercy. Never heard of that, man. Never heard of that, Huggy. All right, man. We're going to get out of here, man. We'll see y'all, man, on Wednesday for Iron Bowl debate with Tight 6. And we'll be back again. Golly. If y'all can find us next week at 6 p.m., man, on YouTube, man. War Eagle, y'all. Peace.